guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a declutter video, and yes, featuring my dishwasher. For some reason I always love to do the dishes when I film a video. So we're doing a declutter video and this should be interesting. I kind of want to just hop into it. I've decluttered a lot of fragrances. I have some that I'm still trying to declutter, so I'll save those whenever I actually sell them. But yeah, these are all in new happy homes and not in my collection anymore. So I got rid of Sunset Fantasy by Britney Spears. So I really liked this one when I sampled it, so much so to the point where I bought myself a full bottle, but that was my fault, and I realized my mistake, that just because I like a fragrance and it smells good and I immediately have a positive reaction doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to want to wear it, you know what I mean? And I found that once I purchased the full bottle and I was wearing it, I didn't love it as much. I kind of get this way with a lot of celebrity perfumes. I think they smell nice, but then I'm just kind of secretly drawn to my designer fragrances or sampling niche fragrances that just are a bit more interesting. You know, they have more unique notes, and that's no diss to celebrity fragrances. I just did my favorite celeb fragrances video and I love so many of them, and I think a lot of them are unique and just as comparable. But I thought Sunset Fantasy was a little juvenile for me. It kind of gave me a headache, honestly. And so it has citrus, it has peach, raspberry, orange blossom, it has this nice milk mousse scent. I definitely recommend you guys try it out, especially if you love the Fantasy line and you want to try something similar, but there were just other flankers that I decided to keep. So I also got rid of Midnight Fantasy, and I never liked this fragrance. It is a shampoo-y berry scent. Very artificial smelling and just definitely my least favorite flanker that I've tried so far. So I sold those in a duo and I don't have them anymore. Next, I purchased this Alien Eau Sublime fragrance. And so I did a lot of research before buying it because I knew how I felt about Alien EDP. I'm not the biggest fan. It smells like sunscreen to me. It's too much on the jasmine. I love jasmine, but it was just too much. I do like the Alien Eau de Toilette. I think that one's pretty nice. So I thought if I buy the Eau Sublime and it's just a citrusy version of Alien, I might like it. I thought it would be more along the lines of the EDT, but it was not. It actually smells a lot like just Alien, and a lot of people said this in the comments, but I just thought that they were saying, oh, it's similar because obviously it's a flanker. But no, it smells a lot like the Alien EDP with more citrus, which actually made it even more headache inducing. I read in a lot of comments that this was creamy, and I'm not sure why people said that because there's not a lactonic note, but I just thought that they might be right. But honestly, I wasn't getting any creaminess from this. It's not a creamy lemon floral. It's just heavy on the florals, very much like Alien, with just a lot of citrus. It smells like sunscreen, and I did not like it at all. I immediately, as soon as I opened it, I put it right in the box and sold it. Okay, Kim Kardashian's Pure Honey. I hauled this, and I said in that haul was very unsuccessful. I did not like the fragrance. It smelled a lot like honey, but it was not the type of honey I was looking for. It was heavy on the beeswax, and I feel like a lot of these florals just made it even more overpowering. So it has freesia, honeysuckle, orchid, rose, blossom, musk. Musk is not floral, but you know, it was a lot, and I'm not sure how else to describe it, but just that it was overwhelming and it was heavy on the beeswax, and I couldn't imagine myself wearing it. It was just annoying me by sniffing it, so I couldn't imagine having it on my skin. I think especially if I wore it in the hotter months or anything like that, it would be cloying. Next is Swiss Arabian's Casablanca. So I did see some reviews saying it smells like Jean-Paul Gaultier's La Belle, and they were right. I swear to God, sometimes I doubt Fragrantica reviewers and then they always end up being right. But usually it's only like 2 or 3 people saying something and I'm like, maybe that was just their experience, because I feel like other people would have pointed it out if it was true. No, like I guess maybe some people haven't smelled those fragrances, but those people were definitely right. At first though, it's a caramel apple scent. Like when I immediately smelled it, caramel apple, there's nothing else to it. Very pretty gourmand, but it dried down so similar to La Belle, and I don't like La Belle. I've talked about it before. It's just not my favorite. So yeah, I think the green apple and the grapes combined kind of made it smell like a pear, and there's no vanilla in this, but just trust me when I say it's quite similar. I know a lot of people who didn't like La Belle like Casablanca. I have a follower who had that experience. So it's definitely maybe just my nose. Maybe it got in my head before I even smelled it, but I had to get rid of it because it didn't work with me. Okay, this was a major disappointment. This is Reminiscence Guimauve. And this also had a lot of mixed reviews. The notes are all over the place, you guys. Like, I'm gonna put it on the screen. It's just so much going on. And I think some of those notes might be accurate. There's a lot of random green notes, a lot of herbs, and then there's citrus and sea notes and florals and also some sweet notes. It just was a lot. And I think this is an example of too much going on can result in a bad fragrance, like to the point where you can't make out any of the notes, but it just smells like a mess. And I know some people like this, but I know a lot of people don't. Don't fall for the pretty pink packaging. I know some people like it. The lady I sold it to, she gave me a review and she said that she loves her perfume, so I'm super glad to hear it. Like, I'm happy that she loves it. It is definitely this herbal green, they say it's like a marshmallow fragrance, right? But it has almond. It's not, it doesn't say marshmallow. To me, since it is so herbally and aromatic, they say, combined with the slightly sweet notes, it did come across as like bug spray to me. Which bug spray does not mean bugs, you know what I mean? I don't want y'all to get offended. It's not like insects or anything, but it has that kind of artificial alcoholic scent with a slightly sweet note, like if they put a little perfume in it, and it was just not working for me. So again, that was another instant sniff and putting it up on Mercari type of situation. Then we have one, okay, actually I don't know if I should mention this again because it was in my first declutter video when I was saying I was trying to get rid of it. I have sold Givenchy's Irresistible Delicieuse, and this is a nice fragrance. You know, when somebody finally bought it, I sniffed it again and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. Like, I don't know why I don't wear it, but you know, it was kind of one of those declutters where, unlike the other ones, I don't hate it at all. I think it's nice, but whenever I did wear it, I wasn't obsessed, and I definitely could make room for other fragrances that I'm going to love in my collection. You know, I've been buying a lot of new fragrances, so it got to the point where I wasn't using that one at all. It just made sense to make room. So it has French pastries, cherry, rose, orange blossom, caramel, almond, vanilla, orris root. It sounds like a really pretty gourmand, but it is on the powdery side. I think it's the rose, the orris root, the almond, the pastries. It was just not my favorite. So I'm happy somebody who's actually gonna wear it is gonna be using it, and I still recommend it, I guess. It's just not my preferred combination of fragrances. It didn't pull the way I wanted it to pull. I also got rid of Pepe Jean's London for Her. This is another fragrance that I really liked. I actually liked it more than the Givenchy one, but I wasn't wearing it. I thought it was a little too sweet, oddly enough. I have a lot of sweet fragrances that I love, but I think there's a balance, and with this one, I was missing the balance. So it has marshmallow, almond, tangerine, vanilla, almond milk, vodka, amber musk. Super gourmand, super sweet, but it's also very youthful, and I'm young, but it was giving me Bath and Body Works vibes, and if I want to smell like Bath and Body Works, or if I want to smell like that, then I'll just use one of my body mists. I don't necessarily want to pull this one out. I will say though, one time I wore it, I mean, I've worn it a few times, but I wore it one time and I was constantly sniffing myself, and I thought I smelled really pretty, but it just isn't one of the standouts in my collection. And again, when it comes time to making room and keeping an amount of perfumes in my collection, I just want to only keep the ones that I'm obsessed with. And lastly, La Belle Le Parfum Intense by Jean Paul Gaultier. I purchased this expecting it to be different from La Belle because I did hear that it kind of has red berries and leather and cherry, or I don't know. I heard that it was different, it was deeper. So again, I got rid of La Belle because I knew I wouldn't wear it. I knew I didn't enjoy it when I wore it. So it was the same thing with Le Parfum. I was just trying to see if it would be different, but it wasn't. So I know it's in pretty high demand. I decided to give it to somebody who would use it, and that's exactly what I did. So those are all the fragrances that I've decluttered as of recently, but I have plenty more I'm trying to get rid of. So I will have the link to my Mercari down below. And feel free to send reasonable offers. Sometimes I don't get such reasonable offers, and that's kind of unfortunate, but you know, I understand people are trying to get a bargain, but anyway, I'm sure if you guys follow perfume, you know what's a reasonable offer. So if you want to send me an offer, if you just want to purchase something from my Mercari, check it out. And that is all. Let me know if you like any of these fragrances. I'm sure some of you guys like a few. And if you agree with me, if you have any of these, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.